Okay, we're going to do a little project today, a little fun project that this is just for fun. Now, we've got a piece here that is 6 inches high by 1.5 inches thick. And what we're going to do today is we're going to carve us a little alien. And like I said, this is going to be a little fun project. So this is, I cut out the shape that I thought I would have for him, in other words. Put some little eyes up here, some eyes up there, and like this. Okay, now first thing we want to do is we want to draw out, let's draw out some little arms, little hands in here. And this is going to kind of come like this, in other words. So first thing we want to do is come down here, and we want to make those little feet line up. So we're going to kind of cut this like this. Okay. These feet are kind of come this way. Now you see that? See how we kind of cut it like that, in other words? Now we're going to cut all this down, of course, and stuff like that. But we just want to kind of get the feet a little bit like that. So we're just going to kind of put these legs down here like that. Now, so we're just kind of do that. In other words, we're trying to just sort of get that those feet kind of leaning down like that, in other words. In such a way. All right. See how we did that? See that? Now, we want to make our arms, and what we're going to do is these arms are going to kind of come down like that and then come up like that. Come down and come up like that, in other words. So what we want to do, and we're going to make these a little bit bigger, but we want to make a cut in here. Okay? And then we want to come down here and make a cut in here. Okay? And what those begin is these arms are going to kind of intersect in here. And then we want to kind of cut up like that, see? And cut in here like that. I'm sorry, it's a windy day out there today. It is here today for some reason. We're getting some strong winds, and I'm out in the garage. Okay, so we're kind of cutting that like that. And then we're going to kind of come down below that And we're going to make a cut in here to bring that up. Since it's a little alien, we can basically make it any way that we want to. So that's all going to cut in right here. So in other words, it sort of comes up and brings the stuff like that. Now we're going to come down over here and we're going to make a cut in here where this little arm or this little hand comes up. And this will just sort of come up like this, see, just right in here. Okay. All right. And the same thing here. This actually basically comes down like this and then comes up, you know, and then this comes down. This sort of comes down like here, in other words. And then we'll straighten that out, the way we want it. So okay, and that's where our little hands are going to be. Now when we come to our face, what we're going to do is we're going to come up underneath here, underneath the head, and we're going to bring this back. Well, we want to bring this head forward in here. Okay? It's sort of like that. See how we're bringing the head forward? Well, that's what we want to do. We want to bring the head forward. Now all this is going to come back like this. And we're just going to bring that head forward. And then we'll work it down like this. I'm going to go ahead and cut this here, because that's going to come, so it'll come like that. We're going to give him a pretty good sized little neck in here. Because we want that head coming forward, and then the back of the head comes this way. Where it sort of comes like that, in other words, and this head will be thinned up somewhat, just like that. See, it'll start looking just in that sense. But we'll get that later. We'll worry about that later when we start that. So, okay. Now let's just kind of come down and cut this in here where the hands are going to be. So you see, basically you just kind of bring the hands up, and let me cut into here. These hands are going to just kind of overlap each other just a little bit in here, so we want to present plenty of room for that. Now aliens supposedly are pretty skinny. They're not fat or anything like that. So we're going to bring these legs down. Of course we'll come from the back, but we want to make sure that we present this as they're skinny. They're not big. Of course we can come from the back as well as we come back here and kind of take off back in here. But we want to be sure and get enough room for our hands, because these hands are going to overlap, like I told you, just a little bit. Alright, now as we see our figure here, we're going to bring this down and then bring this up into here, because we're just going to, aliens supposedly have long arms, so we're just going to kind of make his arms a little bit long, and we're going to bring this down here, bring this up here like this. And then we're gonna see what I'm saying, where you come up here and then we're just kind of bring that back like that. And the same thing here. This is gonna come up here like this. That's why we made it 1.5 inches, so that we have enough room for our arms, and bring that down, in other words, and trying to make them skinny, and we want to come up like that. Now an alien is just sort of, there's not a whole lot of shape to him. He's just sort of a thin green figure, as we say. But as we can also see, this is way too thick. He's so much thinner. And we come back here. And this leg ended up bigger than the other one, so we need to bring that down. Okay, as you can see now, as we look, now we want to sort of work on our arms a little bit and our hands, getting these things in shape. Now, the way the hands are going to go is this one is gonna come around like this, and this one's gonna kind of overlap. It's gonna, what I'm saying is, it's going to be thicker than this one. What I mean is, it's gonna come forward. All right. Now let me come around here like this, and this will be lower than this one, okay? Now, you'll see what's going to happen. Okay. This is going to come around here. And this so this one, what happens is this comes down like this. And this one sort of comes up like that, where this hand is up over here. This is at the top, see, and this is at the bottom. Okay, now from the side we can see that it's too long. So what I'm going to do is, we've already done quite a bit of carving on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video for right now, and we will start the next one. Okay?